Morning, afternoon people. So back in the kitchen with Tony and Telly, and today I'm going to do cheese and onion quiche with hot cross pastry from scratch. So I'll put the ingredients up on the screen for you now. Okay, on with the pastry. So we've taken 160 ml of water, we've got that boiling away now on the heat, and into that we're going to add our 90 grams of butter and our 100 grams of lard. And we're just going to melt that into this hot water. Okay, so once we've got that butter and lard melted into the hot water, we're going to add that directly into our 400 grams of flour. Now I'm using a stand mixer today. You get to pick up on Amazon really cheap. I'll put a link in the description. If you haven't got a stand mixer, you're going to have to mix this by hand. But I'm going to mix it using the stand mixer. Literally just about 5 minutes in the stand mixer. It'll also only take 5 minutes to mix by hand. Okay, that pastry has been in the stand mixer for a couple of minutes, not even 5 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes. I'm going to turn it out now. It's still warm. Onto a bit of tin foil, or you can use cling film. Now you can see how soft that is. It's too soft to work with. So what we do is wrap that up, stick it in the fridge for a couple of hours. You can even do this the day before, put it in the fridge overnight. Or if you're in a rush, you can bang it in the freezer for half hour. I'm going to pop that in the fridge now for a couple of hours, go and take Teddy for a walk, do some other bits, and then I'll bring you back. Okay, so that pastry's been in the fridge now for a couple of hours. It's the exact same pastry that I use for my pie recipes. And this pastry is enough to make 1 large pie, 3 medium pies, or 6 small pies. Well, in this case, it would be enough to make 3 quiches. However, we're only making 1 quiche today. So to that end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide this into 3 equal portions. Just like that. Now you can freeze the pastry. So what I'm going to do is 2 portions of this. I'm going to bag it up, stick it in the freezer, freeze it. You can pull this out, defrost it and use it as and when. So now we're going to move on to making our pie crust. So what I'm going to do is flour your work surface. Get the pastry on there. Bit of flour on the pastry, I've got to stick to the rolling pin, and then we just begin to roll it out. Now, I like to roll mine out oversized and then just trim it down. Now if you're not subscribed, maybe consider subscribing for us because it really helps the channel. Me and Teddy, we're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2023, and currently we're at 654 I believe. Okay, that's ready. See, I've rolled out oversized. This is what we're going to be making our quiche in. Now grease that with butter, just stop this sticking. And then all we're going to do is pop our pastry in there. Make sure you get it down into all the corners. Then we'll go ahead and just trim off the excess. Just like that. This excess pastry won't go to waste. I'll put that in, the other stuff's going in the freezer, and that'll be used in another recipe. In the meantime, while that crust is blind baking, we're going to prepare our filling. We're going to dice our 1 onion. Finely chop this 1 onion. Now this is my new paring knife. Got off Amazon recently, really impressed with it. I was using the rubbish plastic ones, the plastic handles, and the handles keep breaking and stuff, so I've shelled out a few quid, bought a really nice paring knife, well impressed with it. I will put a link down in the description. And then we get the cheese grated. Now I'm using a mature cheddar. You can use whatever type of cheese takes your fancy. Now me and my wife, we really like cheese, so we're going to make this extra cheesy. There you go, that's the cheese done. Now the rule of thumb is 1 cup of milk for every 4 eggs. So this recipe, because we're making 1 small quiche, we use 4 eggs, 1 cup of milk. You can use half milk, half cream. However, for today, I'm just using milk. Now you could put this in a stand mixer to whisk it, but I don't think it's really worth dirtying the stand mixer up. Just to whisk 4 eggs and a bit of milk. So just whisk that with a fork. Straight in there with our onions and a handful of cheese. Now we are going to keep some cheese back for the topping. Give that a good mix together. And there's our filling ready to go in. So there we have, there's our blind baked crust. It has shrunk a little bit around the edges, but it's not a biggie. So into that now, we're going to add our filling. Okay, there's a little bit left over, that's not a biggie. And there's left over, we'll have that scrambled eggs for breakfast in the morning. What we're going to do is bang that in the oven now for 45 minutes. But about 20 minutes in, put a sprinkling of cheese on the top when it's hardened up. Okay, so that's been in the oven for about 15-20 minutes now. So on top of there, we're just going to sprinkle a nice layer of grated cheese. That's going to go back in the oven now for the remainder with 45 minutes. So there we have it. One cheese only quiche. It's been in the oven for 45 minutes. Beautiful. So if you like that video, if you want to see more cooking videos, give us a big thumbs up, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.